Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a match between Astrea and Dream here on Golden Wall, the latter edition. Bottom left-hand corner, it is our pink Terran player Dream, currently qualified for the playoff for the current GSL season. And in the bottom right of Golden Wall, we have a yellow Protoss player. It is Astrea, the American Protoss, whose name is Max Angel, which, man, how can you not be inspired by a name like Max Angel? Probe scouting for Paroxys, but Dream is just, you know, just throwing up his barracks inside the main base, that's all. And yeah, this is Golden Wall. I kind of missed the map, and we needed a PVT for your Sunday cast, and this is the replay that I chose to cast. Man, I really do miss Golden Wall. I know it's a weird map. I know it kind of sucks to play on, but it always spawned incredible games, and I'm not entirely sure why they got rid of it. It makes me sad. Sad panda. Sad Falcon, indeed. Alright, what are we doing? This little probe harass. I know I've said this before, but like the probe harass of an SCV building a barracks dates back to 1998. I mean, it is one of the oldest things in all of gaming, is this concept that probe comes in, messes with the SCV building the barracks, and another SCV has to come off to save his dude. It's really kind of incredible how that works. It's just, I know, I cast a lot of Brood War. Obviously, you guys are aware of that, but anywho, this Reaper name, as the expansion is trying to come down here, Dream has the resources for it. Has to bring 2 SCVs off the line to, alright, whatever. We'll throw it down off center, pick it up, drop it on point later. Reaper name is Meme Bernie. Bernie has had it with Earth and decided to try his luck in space. Permensk did not like that at all and stuffed the grumpy Bernie into a Reaper suit. I think that was probably a Reaper name given during the presidential inauguration, where Bernie is there, like, sitting by himself. He's got his mittens on, his arms are folded, he seems displeased. Maybe he wasn't, it's just kind of the aura that he was giving off. Maybe he was just mad because he was cold, because it was cold out there for sure. Anyway, Adept is coming out. Reaper really shouldn't be able to do much, but also not. Ooh, I love this play from Dream. Waits for the Adept to move out and then jumps in. Really understands the timing. That's a hot move. Again, there's a reason Dream is qualified for the playoff in GSL. He's an insanely terrifying Terran player. He probably has the advantage in this game. But Astrea is a very good Protoss too. He's had some decent wins in the GSL circuit as well. So Adept shows up, but not getting inside because of the raising of the things and the supply depots and the whatnots. And there's a bunker up now. And now the Adept is like, nah, I'll get up there. I'll show you, bonk. Ah, there's a wall. Unfortunate. Meanwhile, Bernie Reaper doesn't have any kills. Did a little bit of harassment down here. That was cute and all, but on the other side, robotics facility coming in. Twilight Council coming up. And so far, so good. I gotta say, what we're looking at right now is a pretty good macro style game. 3rd CC coming up. You can expand down here, especially if you're Terran. You just lift off, land down here, and you can also mine through this wall to get through. But the problem is, it's hard to reinforce if it gets attacked by somebody who brings flying units over here. Ah, Bernie. Bernie. Rough stuff, man. Adept takes you down. First kill of the game. First blood. I believe is how they refer to that in, God, what's the game that has first blood? Unreal Tournament? Unreal Tournament might have the first blood thing. Who came up with it, though? That's what I'd like to know. Charge on the way. And a Warp Prism. Are we going for a Charge Lot All-In and a TVP? Interesting call here from Astrea. I sort of like it. I mean, Cyclone out from Dream. Tank coming. Is he meching? Nah, he's making 2 more barracks. He only has the 1 factory. So it's a bit of a meching opening, but nothing other than that here. Just Cyclone going to be super mega ultra level annoying, but shouldn't be able to win the game. And here's the Warp Prism, which the Uburu recognizes but does not report. We're not going to report that. It is charge lots. We usually see this in the later game against Protoss opponents, Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. Like, nobody is safe from the big warping of Zealots inside your main base at minute 22, which everybody hates. But having it happen at 450 is honestly kind of incredible from Astrea. What an interesting strategy from this dude. So here comes Ye Olde Warp Prism. There's another Uburu over here. Does not report anything. And here we go. Charge lots. And he's like, wait, what? Freaking, oh, the War Prism. Ah, the War Prism gets sniped by the Cyclone. This could have been incredibly damaging otherwise. As it stands, it's going to kill a lot of Marines. And the Cyclone has to get out of here. And there's a siege tank that might be in a bit of trouble here as well. But good teamwork here. Marine, tank, and Cyclone to get rid of these Zealots. The Warp Prism dies, which is just the worst of luck. From Astrea, he wanted to keep that thing alive and keep it being a threat. He's continuing to send Zealots out, just manually walking because the Warp Prism is dead. He's got a new one, but there we go. It wasn't there yet. So we're just going to wander up here with our charge lots. There's a wall, there's a tank, there's a bunker behind the wall. This is not going to work out all that particularly well. Observer comes in to see what's what, recognizes, okay, there's no Cyclones in the general vicinity. Third base coming in from Astrea at this gold backdoor base, which, again, is why I like this map. There are a lot of fun places to expand. And you have this whole top half of the map that you have to worry about, and this whole bottom half of the map you have to worry about, and they just kind of turn into two separate ecosystems. More Golden Wall. If they're going to start bringing old maps into the map pool, Golden Wall needs to be on their list, Blizzard. It just does. Why am I not following this thing? There we go. The follow button is a problem. So we're setting up to try to maybe mash our face at the front, distract Dream there, but really the sneakiness is back here. Ooh, I like this spot too. Coming up this side, there's not much vision. Okay, the Marines vacating the area a little bit. How much vision is over here? See, they tried to get in. Did they all just... Was that of them all dying? I don't know. I mean, it's decent vision nevertheless. Where is it? War Prism, go! Be brave. Be strong. I guess you could just sit there for the rest of the game. That might be okay, but I don't feel like that's your intended purpose. Zealot kind of blocking this third base land attempt here. That is a lot of charge lots, man. Storm's on the way, too. I'm liking this. Out of Astrea. Again, I feel like Dream is favored, but what Astrea is doing is kind of awesome. Does scan and recognize their probes are working through this back door in Astrea's base, so probably a fourth base down there would be the Terran's guess and my guess as well. Everybody's chasing this one Marine, which, it's not great control there, Astrea. Just send somebody to chase him. It isn't everybody. This War Prism's going to go, and I'm not paying attention to it, and I'm going to be really upset. Ghost Academy coming in from Dream. You're going to want that EMP versus the Protoss. You're going to want the steady targeting versus, I don't know, High Templar, I guess, are your target there. I can't even zoom in on it because it's on the edge of the map. And if I zoom, it goes like this. Because the zoom doesn't like zooming onto things on the edge of the map. Here, we're mining through this middle thing so that the middle is no longer blocked. Top and bottom have a free flow of information. Okay, free flow of units, more particularly. Here's a little Marine drop. This forward pylon gets smashed. I feel like Astrea forgot about this War Prism. It concerns me immensely. Poor Marines. They're just waiting, man. They know something's going to come eventually. Dream does not have these guys a part of his main army group. You know... We're throwing up another forward pylon here. Astrea's got a third base, got a fourth base. Dream has not yet taken his third base, and now he has, but still. He's feeling behind here just a little bit. It is 61 to 61 workers, though. The income tab is favoring Astrea right now, but that should change fairly soon with the drop of all these SCVs on this third base to the point of some temporary oversaturation. Zealots decide to back off. I thought they were going for it. Hallucinated Phoenix dies. This Zealot group, this main army group, and this Warp Prism are all set up for something. It's giving me anticipation anxiety because I know it's going to be something, but it's not something yet. And that bothers me a lot. Alright, fourth base, warping in from Astrea now-esque. This one Marine. Hey, bud. Man, you get sent on a solo mission at this level of StarCraft 2, you're gonna die. I don't know what else to tell you other than you're going to die. Oh, these Zealots got found and actually wiped out. They take a couple Marines with them. So that was definitely a good trade for Dream. And then everybody else shows up and the dropship has to save everybody, but there's not enough room in the dropship for everyone. So, Thank you for coming, Mr. Cyclone. You are a dead person. Enhanced shockwaves coming in. You want that upgrade if you're going for the ghosts with the EMP against the enemy. Everything's armory on the way here too. Astrea kind of getting caught out. Nice EMP from Dream. Robotics Bay on the way here from Astrea. I don't know. I don't feel like I've ever cast a bad game on Golden Wall. I don't know. It's actually hard for me to like describe any of the games that I've ever cast as dumb or bad, but see, then you can unload back here, and it's hard for reinforcements to get back and save everybody. So that's a problem. Setting up on this high ground, what a great position from Dream. He's tossing the EMPs down everywhere. He's got another group coming up to Astrea's attempt at a 5th base, while the 3rd base of Astrea is getting murderized by Marines quite heavily. So, I was going to say, Astrea needs to do something. Here he comes. Zealots leading the charge. Storm on the tanks. Very, very nice. We'll weaken them and soften them to the point that Stalkers can kill them pretty effectively. He's kind of out of Zealots now. Okay, he's got a couple Zealots remaining, but man, those Stalkers die to siege tanks so easily. And Zealots taking out another siege tank, another small group of Zealots coming on over. They do clear this out, but that's 18 probes dead. And he did save his 3rd Nexus, though, so that's kind of a big deal. And he saved his 5th base. So, I don't know. Astrea's doing all right, but, the reinforcements have arrived. Feedback on the Medivacs, and then, an EMP gets tossed down, but I think they already used most of their energy. Siege tank dead. Scrap. Scrap, scrap, scrap. Everybody needs to scrap. Dream coming in. Nom, 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 nom. Just standing and fighting. Good force fields. Nice pickup and good save there, too. The Archon's getting that bonus damage versus biological that they love so much. Dream, top left-hand base, coming in strong right now. Alright, so, at this point, resources lost. 12,000 for Astrea, 9,000 for Dream. Income tab, hugely favoring Dream at the moment. I'm gonna assume that was a giant mule drop of some kind. These forward pylons Astrea tossed down forever ago are gone. Did Warp Prism? I think Astrea forgot about this. I really feel like Astrea sent this over here and has been completely obsessed with doing a million other things, which is understandable. There's a million things to do in a game of StarCraft 2 when you're playing against Dream. Fair enough, man. Maybe coming over this way will remind him that it exists. No, I like how it's camouflaged in here just enough that I can't see it instantly when I come over to this part of the map. I'm like, where is it? Oh, there it is. It's just yellow enough that it's kind of camouflaging itself a little bit. Alright, so I mean, Astrea lost some probes, but still at 77 to 64 workers. Nice lead advantage there. Income is creeping back up towards Astrea's favor. Again, having this 5th base is nice. Really oversaturated, actually. On 77 probes here. 143, 150. Okay, Astrea's warping in a ton of stuff. We're looking at like 160 to 180 supply. Dream's got this top left-hand base rocking, though he's expanded up the left side further, which we mentioned earlier. And he's looking all right, ladies and gentlemen. This man is looking like a terrifying Terran player. We got disruptors on the way, and actually on the field already for Astrea. Single Zealot sacrifices himself for intel purposes. Second Zealot sacrifices himself for intel purposes. And this is what Terrans liked to do on this map, is attack up the top side, attack on the middle path, attack on the bottom path at the same time. It is hard to defend all of those attacks at the same... Did he finally do it? Oh, he finally did the thing! Oh, praise everything. The War Prism happened. It's dead now, but denying infantry weapons level 3 is pretty cool. So... I will label this a moderately effective attack. Not bad. Out of Astrea. Not at all. Finally, it happens at 14 minutes. Another base on the way from Astrea. This is turning into a pretty fantastical game. Ghost out early. Did not get an EMP off, I don't think. Purification Nova catches 2 Marines. Their corpses flying through the air. Got another Marine Marauder EMP on that cannon to kill it faster, which seems unnecessary, but whatever. We have EMPs, we're gonna use them. Engagement up to the top side as well. Not being micro particularly well. All the medevacs die. This Army of Dreams is going to be removed. This Army of Dreams does take down this 3rd base. I guess this is the, no, 4th? Numbers are hard, whatever. It's a backdoor base is what it is, and continuing to push on into the main really, really quickly here. Focusing down, probes going after, I don't know, individual warp gates and stuff, I guess. This is going to get cleaned up here. There's no real flying away with a number of stalkers that are present, but he does take down Astrea's attempted to base on the top side here, and it is 177 to 161 supply. So 3 probes go down and an entire base dies. These probes stayed alive, which is actually a huge deal from Astrea. He managed to do that. So he was able to replace the Nexus really quickly. He doesn't have a ton of money, but enough to do that at the very least. There's a single High Templar cape blowing in the wind. It's always windy wherever High Templar are. This one Marine stayed behind to make sure that Astrea's attempt to replant this base would be harassed at the very least. Dream trying to expand to the opposite side of the map to where Astrea is trying to re-expand right now, which is always kind of interesting. Yeah, this is, again, scraptastic. We're making more Ghost Academies, so maybe le nuke in le futur of this match seems entirely possible. This isn't a planetary. Oh, those ghosts were inches away from getting obliterated. I like this, man. Both players have equal banks. They're both at about 190 supply. Worker count is more for Astrea, but Dream has more active working bases. So that's why the income is just favoring him right now. The spikes are pretty much all about mules. EMP'd and then Archon maneuvered and then killed while turning into an Archon. Alright, got a hit off on a siege tank, but a siege tank got a hit off on the disruptors as well. Yeah, but the number of bases here are... I mean, if we count this one, we're even, but there's 3 mineral patches and they're all mining out, so I don't think it really matters. Astrea taking the top right-hand base would be pretty fantastical. Again, Dream pushing middle, but he also has another attack up north. He's trying to see if there's a base in the top right, and there's not. Astrea... Oh, good disruptor hit. Not bad. I don't know what that stalker's trying to do exactly, but that's a problem. Dream marching in pretty aggressively here. And yeah, he's like, oh, there's not a base. Sweet. Guess we'll try to take this one down, but there is a High Templar. There are Zealots. Nice EMP. No, not enough to get rid of the energy required for a storm, though. That was really well held by Astrea. Tanks firing away. Good number of tanks. I like the number of tanks we have here, but 2 Novas will take one down. Excellent. Great split from Dream there, too. That was insanely good. Continuing to push up at this Nexus. Gonna save it, though, with just a handful of Zealots, maybe. These Zealots helping would be pretty amazing, too, it turns out. Scrap. This is just, man. Like, this isn't giant, huge armies clashing against each other. This is individual attacks in multiple locations at the same time, splitting against disruptor shots, splitting against Storm, trying to get Storm off when you're getting EMPs to the face all the time here, too. Dream is playing like the absolute boss that he is right now. APM check, over 300 for both players. Resources lost within spitting distance of each other. Astrea's lost 2,000 more than Dream has. God, ghost death sounds, whether they're male or female, they're always rough. We got a nuke on the way. Nukes were in Le Futur. Trying to engage down this ramp. It's a tough position to try to break through if you are Astrea. He doesn't have a lot of splash damage left other than these Archons, and they're not super useful in a super big choke like this. But another round of Zealots comes in, and temporarily it looks like Dream is going to get knocked off this perch. How long will that last? There are probes fighting in this battle for some reason. I don't know why. There's a single Zealot running around trying to kill SCVs all by his lonesome. He's gone now. Alright, so Astrea holds on to this base, does take the top right hand, and has all the income from these 2 bottom bases as well. Well, I guess maybe this one is the big one that Dream didn't have on Astrea, but it's back now. So, yeah, we're working on taking every base on this map. These ones are hard to take because they are really just so close to the enemy. Once these rocks get knocked down, it is just, you can throw a stone from one to the other, and therefore they're pretty vulnerable. I mean, I guess sort of as vulnerable as these ones are, but at least these ones have high ground you can defend. Right? Defending from high ground is always going to be fine compared to defending on level ground against your opponent who's coming to kill you. High ground advantage, defender's advantage. This planetary, it might be in trouble, but man, Dream saw it coming. Tosses the EMPs down. No, says Dream. This base is mine. And very incredibly sneaky drop coming along the bottom side. He EMP the Nexus again. Just so we can maybe kill it faster, because he doesn't have a ton of Marines and Marauders here. So any amount of damage he can get done on this thing, I don't know. Would you rather have... Oh, he got it anyway. What a boss. And then he's able to pick up and evacuate with some of his units, too. Fantastic. This ghost is going to try to throw down a nuke. Yep. That is a nuking ghost, if ever I have seen one. I mean, what are we going to kill here? A couple... A couple pylons. I mean, it's fine. It's not game-changing by any stretch. I mean, you depowered some warp gates, so maybe that's the biggest deal. Engagement in the middle map looking pretty good here, too. This ghost is going to run out of energy, but another nuke's on the way. There's another nuke here, though. If you want to nuke again, that's not a bad little group of probes. Okay, there we go. Dream's like, you know what, Falcon? You're right. That is not a bad little group of probes. Well, holy smokes, we get the nukes. Another little bit of a drop here to distract Astrea while the nuke is coming up, just so you can't spend all of your time looking for the nuke. You have to deal with this happening as well. He does save this Nexus, which is kind of great. He's rebuilding this bottom one. This game is good. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this game. It helps the algorithm know that I'm here. You might have noticed that views are down a little bit recently. I don't know why. I feel like I'm doing what I always do. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe you need to mix it up. Spice things up a little bit. See, and again, pushing here so that Astrea can't be watching for this nuke full time. Ow. Ow, is what I say. So yeah, I mean, at this stage where we've effectively split the map in half, we've taken every base on the map except for one on one side and one on the other side. It's about them trades, man. I know I say this a lot in the longer macro cast, but it is. Is that a warp in? What the heck? What are these guys doing? How did they get down here? They probably walked Falcon. Oh, that's probably fair. Nuke top right. Again, Astrea is ready for it. But it's still going to kill a couple probes. And he's... Wow. And he's up here taking down one of Dream's bases while running around, killing supply depots, killing SCVs, maybe even going after these ghost academies. Here in the natural base as well. Is this going to supply block Dream? I don't feel like it is, especially because the Zealot stopped attacking supply depots. But yeah, Astrea is able to get out of here, take some hits to his Nexus. He can put those guys back to work, and that's what he's doing right now. Income is pretty even at this stage. Dream on the back foot. I gotta say, after losing 2 bases in quick succession, his nukes not doing the damage that he wanted them to do. I mean, the hit on this base was pretty good, right? I mean, 64 probes have died. Let's not act like Dream hasn't done a great job in killing probes in this game. He sees the dot, right? Yes. I was like, he just built something over here. You have to notice. Beautiful. Once again, I think what it's going to come down to is, can one of these nukes really just wipe out an entire probe line right now? That'd be massive. That would put Dream back in this game. But as it stands, I feel like Astrea is doing just fine. Thanks. Dream taking this 6 o'clocker. We'll call it a 7 o'clock and call this one next door a 5 o'clock base that Astrea could take and has not attempted to take here today yet. Good storms. Zealots don't want to engage there unless they absolutely have to. Dream making probably the biggest push of the game. The most concentrated number of forces here. High Templar gets picked off as it's trying to retreat. Big Warp and his Zealots. I mean, again, we're triple pumping. There are 4 nukes is what I'm trying to say here. Like, where is he? He's on the low ground. He got spotted on the high ground with a buddy. This nuke is going to hit something. And yes, 1 probe goes down. The 7 o'clock base goes Kaputski. Dream on the other side, though, taking out a base that is largely dead, and that is a big deal. Astrea losing bases. Oh, he just recalled in a ton of disruptors. The splits are insane, though. Oh my gosh, Dream, your splits are insanely good. This base is all dead as well. Oh, Dream's down about 40 supply. He's pushing. If he can take out a lot of the production facilities in this bottom right-hand base area for Astrea, he can maybe win this game. But it's looking really tough for the Terran player right now. Zealots, chewing everything up here. Supply depot's getting el massacredizo. Oh, Disruptor's getting massive hits all over the place. Tank's getting friendly fire from something on these dudes. I don't know what it is, but it's 197 to 129 supply. Dream's main source of production is all going down as well. He's losing barracks. He's supply blocked now as well. Astrea just kind of slowly dealing with this small group. Yeah, okay, does lose another base on the right side. This is actually turning into something. Again, sheer numbers. Astrea should be able to win this game, but Dream's pure damage output on these 3/3 Marines and Marauders, just kidding, he never got +3 attack. Dream! No, Dream! You never got +3 attack? Oh, that's insanity. Alright, well, yeah. Yeah, it's 42 to 35 workers. Planetary Fortress is hoping to take a couple Stalkers out with him before he dies. I guess I assume Planetary Fortresses are dudes, but yeah, this group's still doing stuff. Medevac, not enough energy to heal all this stuff up. We'll regen that eventually, but yeah, army supplies 154 to 79. I mean, what I'm trying to tell you here is that Dream, every unit that Dream loses is just another unit for Dream to lose this game. Dark Shrine coming in. Love that 28-minute play out of Astrea. These guys are killing warp gates and whatnot, replacing warp gates up to the top side. Good EMP on a clumped up group of units. Siege tanks in great position. Oh, that was huge. That was a great engagement out of Dream. Wiped out a lot of stuff there. A bunch of Zealots, too, which is not easy to do. These guys are still just like, are you not going to come and deal with us here? But, oh, boy. Coming in from all sides. This is probably your GG. The tanks are dead. The Marines are dead. Dream's down to 39 total supply. He is stutter-stepping and microing as hard as Terranly possible right now. But this is all he has left. The Protoss doesn't have a ton, but it's technically 2 bases worth of income. And is not supply blocked, which is kind of a huge deal, and is up 150 to 30 total supply. The numbers, I do not like to do math on stream, but the numbers are not favoring Dream right now. Astrea, Max Angel, the American, actually doing it here. I like this kid. I gotta say I like this kid. Dream, come on, man. Really? He's floating his orbital. I think that's the only building he has left, is that one. Oh, is a missile turret. Hold on. He's actually escaping with it, too. Wow. I don't know that I've seen a Terran player fight this hard before. Like, look, maybe he's just doing a flyover to see what he's dealing with. All right. He's going to get some damage. That is not at question here. Any unloads on this? He's just doing some fancy stuff, but Astrea's like, no, you're not. And GG Astrea is your winner in 29 minutes and 55 seconds. What a fantastically hilarious and really, really good TVP for your Sunday stream today. Sunday stream, just a Sunday cast. It's not a stream, just a cast. Just a normal cast for Sunday. Anyway, yeah, that was an absolute busload of fun. I think that was the most fun BBT I've seen in some time. And again, it's Golden Wall. Ease Golden Wall. Bring it back, you cowards at Blizzard. You're bringing back older maps. I mean, okay, they're older maps that were not selected as part of the Team Liquid map contest, but they're still older maps from like January of 2020, which is over a year ago now. But yeah, I mean, remember how Astrea had lost 22,000 resources and Dream had lost 20? Yeah, and you know, the final 10 minutes, it was basically a Astrea just domination from there. I think 69,000 losses for Dream, 58,000 losses for Astrea. At the end of the game, that's an insane flip. It really is. And these games where a lot of bases die, resources lost, is a little bit weird because like Astrea didn't lose his main, but Dream did. Astrea still had a lot of buildings remaining, Dream did not. So a lot of those resources lost are buildings that were not army units. I kind of wish there was a that is units lost though. I lied. I'm dumb. Units lost. Yep, the number is units lost. Way to go, Astrea. Domination. 16 disruptors died, which is a lot of disruptors. Ended up taking out 46 ghosts went down too. Several nukes went off, but only one of them really only got more than a couple probes. Astrea was really on top of those nuke attempts as well. So, I mean, the EMPs were fantastic. The splits were good, but just too much macro from Astrea. I think him having that one base lead on the economy was everything. I think it was really, really everything at that point. So, a fantastic display from Astrea. Again, the American. I'm taking pride in this. And I'm excited to see what we get from Astrea in the future. And again, what Dream is doing here. Hang on, I'm going to look this up before we go. GSL StarCraft 2. He got out of a group that I did not expect him to be able to get out of. So it's GSL Season 1, right? Obviously for 2021. And if we look at... Yeah. He got out of a group with Maru, Cure, and Solar. Group B. What a boss. He ended up taken down. He 2-0'd Cure. He 2-1'd Solar. And he 2-1'd Cure to get out. So, I mean, he didn't sweep, but yeah, he's in the playoff. He's one of the 4 best players in GSL Season 1 right now. And Astrea took him down in this game. So, really, really fantastic play from Astrea. Dream doing good things in GSL. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.